Thursday's Loose Women on the day that Henry Winkler, a.k.a. the Fonz, turns 63. So, happy birthday, Henry. And since her return this week, happy days are here again. It's Lynda Bellingham. For her, it's more a case of happy nights are here again. She's jigging and a-jiving like a loved-up teen. It's McGiffin. Like the Fonz, she looks lovely in leather. It's Jane McDonald. And making sure we all keep cool. It's me, Andrea McLean. And all lined up in the Loose Lounge today are two of the UK's most well-known and best-loved comic talents. Veteran funny man, Les Dennis, he's the naked one. And Britain's most successful comedy export, he's the clothed one, Ricky Gervais. Ricky, just don't let that towel drop. The kids are on holiday. All right, Les, all right. Ooh. Coming up on the show today, we'll be talking about messages from beyond the grave, saying sorry, and Victoria Beckham's latest look, which is a slogan T-shirt. But first, last night saw the star-studded premiere for the new James Bond movie, Quantum of Solace, take place in London's Leicester Square.
I wish I could set you free, but your prison is in there.
You don't have to worry about me.
Well, the movie looks amazing, and so did some of the girls attending last night's glamorous do. Here's Gemma Arterton in a purple number, and...
No, that's me.
Is it really? She's wearing pants, that's definitely not you. And Olga Kurylenko looking lovely in red. I like that dress, actually. That red one was beautiful, the backless one. Lynda Bellingham, would you have liked to have been a Bond girl?
Yes. Well, I love Bond. But actually, I will share this with you, Carol. You should be rude about me, but I was years ago when Roger Moore was Bond, and the girls, I have to say, were a bit more stand about doing nothing. You know, they weren't. You know, it was before women's lib had taken over. I went for an audition, and the director, Lewis Gilbert, did say, "Actually, Lynda, I think you're a better actress than that."
Oh.
But nowadays, of course,
you're not pretty enough.
Exactly. I knew I was setting myself up there.
She knows I don't mean it.
She
knows you do.
I don't at all.
No, I know what you mean.
No, I think you're right, though, because they were kind of modelly then, weren't they? They were kind of employed for their look.
No, I never was, no.
But you... No, come on, we've all seen
Mrs.
you.
M, I'd
We've
like
all
to be.
seen you in the Raw.
Yes, I know, but that's
Lots
saga
more people
porn,
than
that
No,
is.
we could have done, exactly.
Oh, how about you? Would you
It
be a
is
Bond
lovely,
girl?
though.
Oh, yeah, God, good, yeah. God,
He's
I'd like
gorgeous,
to be...
isn't he?
I'd like to be one now, actually, with, you know, Daniel Craig in a dinghy, having sex.
You're about
no,
right
that was
foot. You're
Robert,
the
that
right
was
height,
Roger
aren't
Moore,
you?
wasn't it? No, I would have loved to have been, but I always fancied myself as that Goldfinger's girlfriend who got...
Shirley Eaton.
Yeah, Jill Marston.
In
Jill
her gold,
Marston,
yeah.
yeah, well, she got painted gold, and she's like all beautiful and glamorous on the bed, like painted completely.
No, she was
gold.
dead.
Yeah, she was dead. She wasn't really, because she was an actress, Jane. I'm saying I would like to have been acting in that.
How about you, Jane? Oh, you'd be a lovely Bond girl.
No, oh no.
No.
No, oh no.
No, sing the song.
No,
I can see you
I'd
coming
like
out
to.
the water in a bikini
Oh,
with a
I
dagger.
can't, love. No, no. All I'd think about was, oh, did I shave? You know, because that's all you think about,
look,
didn't you?
she was
Yeah,
the
that's
bit, the
you.
business.
No, I'd
that
like
is.
to be Moneypenny, actually. I'd like to be the one that tells him what to do. You know, I quite like that. You know, Bond, get your clothes off.
Is it?
Be nice, wouldn't it? Again.
She never did.
Now, another picture from today's papers that got us talking was this one of school children from a village in the Sichuan province in China on their way somewhat precariously, it has to be said, to school. Each morning, they walk up an almost vertical road before carefully trekking along a path that's cut into the side of the canyon. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Oh,
when you
I
look at
think
those
this is
pictures?
so wonderful to see these little souls on this great canyon, and we worry here about little Jimmy on a scooter.
I know.
Oh, God,
Really
yeah.
Well, what was your trip like to school when you were little?
Well, I had two. One before I was 10, which was a nightmare, because when you're little, it does seem... It probably was only a few hundred yards, but to me, it was a trek. And I used to have a little wobbly and throw my bag down and say, oh, don't... throw it down and then walk for a quarter of an hour.
Well, just leave it
and then,
there?
yes. And then, of course, I had to go back for it.
Well, you were still there.
Yes. Well, of course it was. It wasn't, you know...
Do you
I
still
lived
have
in the
pointless
country.
tantrums now, Lynda?
Well, no, it taught me not to have tantrums, actually. And then after 11, I was on the school bus. That took an hour. And then I had to walk. And then another thing that used to make me laugh was that always on this bus, somewhere along the line in the countryside, somebody would flash at me. And that was another thing. You'd go, oh, no, there he is again. Nowadays, you know, people, oh, God, you know, but so it's quite exciting,
I
really.
never got that.
Oh, well...
Did you walk far?
What?
Did
yeah,
you
no,
walk
I walked for miles. We had to walk to school because we couldn't afford the bus. It was no, honestly, we couldn't. I mean, we had to walk, and I used to really like it. And this was before the days everybody had, you know, portable music players, and you couldn't occupy yourself in any kind of way. You had to look at the trees and think about things and talk to yourself. And I walked on my own. Always walked on my own. I had a big sister at the school, but she always used to go off with her mates and. Yeah. And I don't know, I don't know if she just left me behind or whether I just didn't want to go to school with them because I didn't want to talk to them. Something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. I do remember really enjoying that walk to school, and I did it every single day, there and back, on my own. And I remember I always used to wear those wooden exercise sandals. Do you know the ones I mean? I won't say the name, but I wore them every day.
In wooden shoes?
Wooden exercise... Scolds, they were called. Scolds. She made me say it.
She did. But I just thought you meant clogs, like, you know, the little girls.
Summer, winter, that's what I wore all the time. And actually, when I think about it, I think all the walking I did in those exercise sandals, probably why I've got such muscly legs.
Yeah.
Because
very toned
maybe
legs.
they exercise.
There's another reason why they're very muscly at the moment, though, isn't there? Hey!
Yeah!
Oh, we love it.
How about you, Jen?
Yeah, I used to like me a little walk to school, and because I used to get myself up on my own as well from school, because my mum used to ring me because she got up at 4 o'clock in the morning because my dad and my brother worked down the pit at those times. It's many years ago. But so I used to get myself up, and she used to leave my cereal out and everything ready for me, and I used to have a piece of string with my key around my neck just in case.
How old
Yeah.
would you be then?
Probably about
4.
Yeah, no. Here's a map.
No, seriously, how old were you?
I was about 10, you know, so, I mean, I was quite grown up. Yeah. I mean, I think we tend to think that children are children for a longer time, but we're actually all right.
That just seems amazing to me, because I can remember my mum was like that. You know, both her parents worked, and she used to have the same thing, you know, go the key round. Not saying you're the same age as my mum, just saying it's a similar situation. But whereas Finley's just turned 7. And, you know, that's only a couple of years away. Yeah. And I can barely let him go to the loo on his own, never mind, you know, go walk to school.
Actually,
this is the problem, though, isn't it? With kids not being
and
allowed to walk to school.
You must let them. And I tell you, you can do what I did, which is eventually I thought, you know, the poor boys have got to get out there and, you know, experience it all.
Butch up a little
bit. So I said, go on then. He was about 12, I think, my eldest son. I said, off you go, you know, and he went, can I really? He was so excited. And then I followed him about half a mile.
They've got to be allowed to be independent. Yeah.
I think that's a good idea, Lynda Bellingham. I'll be doing it. OK, time for...